Hey guys, it's Izzii Glamour, back at it again. Today we're going to be doing a snatched makeup look. If you want to see how I got this look, just make sure you keep on watching. Alright, so we're going to start with primer. And I'm going to start with the Smashbox Photo Focus Primer Water. This is really good to prime your skin. You're going to let that set for a little bit. Next, we're going to go with the Photo Focus Primer, the Matte Primer by Wet n Wild. It's this one right here in the black packaging. I'm an oily skin type, so I need all the mattifying products that I can. I'm just gonna apply this to the skin. So anything Wet n Wild is actually pretty good, and for those who don't know, Wet n Wild is now cruelty free. So if you are into the cruelty free makeup, then definitely give Wet n Wild a try. This mattifying primer, it's really good for oily skin types to keep your oils at bay. For the pore situation, I have very enlarged pores in this area of my face. So for that, I use the No Pore Blonde by Touch and Soul. It's a really nice primer for your pores. And don't be afraid to layer on the primers. They work perfectly on top of each other. You just want to make sure that the first primer is dry before you apply the second one on top. And you're just going to do some patting motions so that the primer fills in the areas. And now we can move on to foundation. For foundation today, we're going to be using the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation, which is this one right here. It comes in a few shades, and we all know the shade range could be a lot better, but this one right here, which is the colored sand. I love this foundation because it contains salicylic acid and it helps fight breakouts. And then we're gonna go in straight with the sponge. This is the Morphe sponge, the red one. It's really good for foundation. So for concealer, we're going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape. This is a tried and true. It's one of my favorites. You can never go wrong with Shape Tape, so if you haven't tried it, go ahead and try it. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and set the concealer. And for that, you're going to need a loose setting powder. Today we're going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade medium. We're going to be using this powder brush by Real Techniques with the pink candle. So the baking technique is basically just putting or placing setting powder right under your eyes or any place where you place the concealer. And you're going to let it sit there for a few minutes so that it gets warmed up by your body's temperature. That's why it's called baking. And it's just going to set your concealer in place and it won't move throughout the day. Now we're going to move on to bronzer. And for bronzing the face, I have the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Bikini Contest. This is a really warm bronzer. I also love it because it has SPF. So for my brows today, I'm just going to be going over it a little bit with the Wet n Wild Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown. And I don't really like to fill in my brows very harshly. We're gonna move on to brow gel, and I like to use brow gel to set my brows in place so that they don't move and they don't get oily throughout the day, because again, since I am an oily skin type, my brows tend to get oily. So for that, I like to use the NYX brow gel, and this is in the shade Espresso. Make sure you get the excess product off of the brush before you apply it to your brows, otherwise you're going to have a whole bunch of product gooped up in your brows. And then you're just going to slowly brush your brows. I like to brush them upwards because it just looks messy and bushy, and I like that. I hope you guys love it. One quick look. For blush, we're going to be using the e.l.f. blush that comes in the duo from the shade Turks and Caicos. It's very shimmery, so if you don't like a shimmery blush, you can skip that. But I like to add a little bit of color and shimmer to my cheeks right before I apply highlighter. Alright, so far we have done our foundation, we have done our bronzer, and we have done our blush. For our next step, we're going to be doing my favorite, which is highlighter. Yes, for highlighter. Woo! So my friends actually call me the highlighter queen because I don't go anywhere without highlighter. I have to be beaming to the gods. Therefore, today we're going to be using the fabulous Jeffree Star Cosmetics highlighter in the Supreme Frost called Wet Dream. We're going to be applying our highlighter today with this mini highlighting brush by Real Techniques. If you see it out this year during the holidays, please pick it up. It's a great highlighting brush for on the go. Whew, that is intense. So if that tends to happen, you grab your sponge and you blend it out. Ta-da! So next we're going to be using the Ace Beauty Glimmer Shadows. And I got this one in my BoxyCharm, so if you guys are subscribed to BoxyCharm, you should have received one of these. They come in different colors depending on your skin tone. Some of you may get a lighter shade or a darker shade. So now for lips, we're going to start with some chapstick. You can use any chapstick that you prefer. For me, it's this pink EOS one. And then for lips, we are going to be using the Always On liquid lipstick by Smashbox. This formula is amazing. And then on top of this lip, we're going to include or add on this lip gloss from Dominqiue Cosmetics. This is the shade Peach Tea, and I am in love with this shade. I wear it all the time. And now, to finish the look, we're going to do some setting spray. And today we're going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter in the scent Cherry. This is limited edition. It is amazing and it smells great. So we're going to set our face. Ready and go. And we're set. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the baddest bitch of all? That's me. Alright guys, that's the complete look. If you want to see more looks like this, make sure you stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when I upload. And make sure you leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think and what you want to see in the future. Thank you.